Alright guys, so my little ferrets won't be animated because I'm currently in Star Citizen right now. But we have a roadmap update for the day, and it's a bit of a mixed bag.
Yay.
So obviously guys, I am joined here by ferrets. Say hello, ferrets.
Hello, I may or may not crash. Who knows?
Cool. So if he disappears, we know he's still got computer problems. And I'm going through and looting a bunker at the moment too, so I might be slightly distracting myself. But guys, let's just jump straight into it. So let's obviously deal with the elephant in the room. Salvage has been put back, but, and there is a big but we get something in exchange. So obviously we'll go through. We'll talk about the roadmap update. We'll talk about what it exactly means, and the good and the bad of it, and then we'll discuss it, and then we'll go back to shooting people in Star Citizen.
Alright.
Well, at least I will. First, we'll go back to crashing. So obviously, guys, big thing, the elephant in the room. Obviously, happy Wednesday, everybody. Every 2 weeks, accompanying the roadmap update with brief explanation notes, giving you the insight into the decision making and the changes and why. So,
Hold on real quick. Hold on. You said Wednesday. It's technically Thursday for you.
Yes.
Frickin' playing mind games with us, huh?
Well, it's Wednesday for you guys. So, noticeable changes for November the 3rd, 2021. And by the way, it's November the 4th over here, but, you know. November, the 4th of November. No, 5th of November? No, November the 5th? Anyway. So, as previously announced on the September the 8th roadmap, core gameplay pillar will have shifted their focus to deliverable features initially for Squadron 42. Before then moving to the integrated and the persistent universe, this has twofold benefits. Squadron 42 will benefit greatly from the additional resources and dedicated focus, and the persistent universe will see features come online in a more complete and polished state. So the core gameplay teams have recalibrated their schedules after the projected focus transition and are now planning to complete their work on salvage for Squadron 42 in Q1 of 2022. This then allow them enough time to implement this feature into the persistent universe. Salvage has now been moved to Q2 of 2022. So, however, you may notice that we have renamed Salvage Tier 0 Tech to Tier 0 Salvage. This is to better represent the expanded gameplay releasing with Salvage's debut. More specific, the initial release is no longer just the back-end tech implementation, but will introduce both hand operation salvage as well as ship-operated salvage, hull stripping and repair. The system on board the Drake Venture. Do we want to discuss this, or do we want to keep going with the rest of the stuff that's been added to 316 and then talk about it as a general thing?
I mean, do we even need to talk about it?
Well,
the freaking options are pretty good. I mean, if we wait longer, we get a whole lot more.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, obviously with this, you know, we obviously get salvage tier 0, which is both ship and hand salvage. And obviously it just simply means that we have to wait. Look, they're saying tier 1 for Squadron 42, but honestly, let's face it, it was 316, I think it was, 317 on the roadmap. So it's not like it's just been delayed 3 more so months. It's been delayed 6 or 9 months. But we get both salvage for the ship and for the hand mining at the same time in a more polished state. To be honest, between you and me, I kind of like that. I think that's a good idea. I like the fact that we're getting a more polished tier 0 salvage.
So, the question is this though: with salvage, in order for that to work, that means the ship. So, say you've successfully taken out the carrot, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to salvage it for the materials, all right?
Yep.
That means the ship's blown up a body would have to persist longer than just a few minutes.
Yes. So we're talking about persistence of ships.
So ship persistence possible.
Have to be to salvage it. So they will probably most likely do what they're doing with bodies here, for example, with like when you're like looting and stuff. So, for example, when you die, your body is created a clone of it, right? Same thing would happen with ships. When you blow up a ship, it would create the clone that would allow you to go through and then salvage it. Most likely that's what would happen. At the end of the day, look, as for this, look, obviously it sucks that salvage won't be in for, obviously, for 316. You know? But, on the bright side, you know, hey, it's, you know.
Just think of it like this, though. Salvage will probably be dropped along with Fleet Week.
Sorry? What?
Salvage will probably be dropped with a Fleet Week.
Well, they're saying salvage is tier 0. Will be quarter 2, 2022.
Right, that should be around the time of Fleet Week. That's around May.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's quarter 2 will be, obviously, June, end of June.
Right, so, maybe not with Fleet Week then, but around the time.
Yeah, shortly after.
For Fleet Week.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so obviously, apart from that, obviously that's the big elephant in the room, so to speak. Hang on a sec, I'm just going to drop the shotgun. I don't want that shotgun. It seems like someone's gone through and is doing a security evaluation where I've just finished one because all the guards have just respawned. That was interesting. Alright, but yeah, at the end of the day, obviously that's the biggest thing about it. But they have also added a whole bunch to 316, which is really, really cool. So we'll go through it, we'll break that down, and obviously we'll break that down for you now. So, Derelict Spaceships. Obviously just in relation to what you were talking about then. So, points of interest will be scattered on planets. These will be derelict ships with some type of activity. Puzzle, puzzle, traversal, hostile AI, and some sort of reward for solving the activity. This card has been added through 316. So, they will go through and they'll have like a derelict caterpillar, for example, right? There'll be some sort of puzzle, traversal puzzle, or hostile AI. And then obviously once you go through and do that, there'll be some sort of loot box or reward for you to claim.
So you're telling me this is for my upcoming Christmas break, I could be flying my sexy Redeemer to a possible crashed Idris on the planet of wherever's to find loot?
Yes. Well, let's not say Idris. Let's not be so specific about it. But yes.
Well, fine.
It
was an example, alright?
Yeah. I just don't want people to get their hopes up, that's all.
Alright, a crashed 898 jump because screw those guys.
Yeah, Origin sucks anyway, so you know, come at me, Origin boys. Mining gadgets. Mining gadgets will help modify the rock and the assets. Assist the player, with mining a deposit. The player can attach a device physically to the mineable deposits in FPS to modify its state, making mining either easier or safer, or quicker and riskier. The card has been added to Alpha 316 as well. So we'll probably see this. I believe we'll get to see this on Inside Star Citizen, obviously tonight, or well, not tonight, or do it tomorrow. Ship-to-ship refueling. Implementing the systems that allow players to fly specific ships to refuel other ships and get paid for it. The player can fill those specific ship fuel tanks and station using an updated rearm, restock, refuel interface at a landing zone and space stations. This card has been added to Alpha 316 as well.
Nice.
Update to Dying Star map. Updating Dying Star map to increase the overall size, adding new playable areas, more cover options, and new space assets. This card has been added to 316 asset as well. Grav lift physical rework. A significant rework of the flight and driving model for the grav lift vehicles when hovering. The aim is to improve the general feel and stability, resulting in a far better experience for players using hover bikes. This card has been added to 316 as well. And also added to 316, DNA head textures update. So implementing art updates for DNA architects types heads that will improve the quality of the DNA heads for both the players and common NPCs. This card has been added to 316 release view as well. So added to 317 is selling items to shops. Players will have the ability to sell items for their local inventories to shops using a new interface powered by building blocks. This supports the recent added loot generation feature, allowing those items to be sold for money. This card has been added to 317.
You know what? How about we forget 3.15 and just go to 3.16? That sounds so much more better.
Npc Taxi Missions. Tier 0. NPCs will request transport between rest stops in this mission type, with the rewards determined by the speed, safety, and the comfort at which the player delivers the NPC to their destination. This card This card has been added to their Alpha 317 release view.
So they essentially are working in passenger missions now.
Yes, for the 890 jump.
And 400i.
Yes.
And 600 and the others.
Yeah. Anyway. And the last one that's been added is Drake Vulture. Building, balancing, and implementing of the Drake interplanetary light salvage ship, the Vulture, into the game. This has been added to 318. Now, due to both the reformed and recalibration of the core gameplay schedule, we'll also be prioritizing the added features. These cards have been removed from the release view until they are properly rescheduled. So the Origin M50 engine swap. Oh, the poor M50, it keeps getting its engines taken out. The dynamic door alignment. The player slide, prawn, actor tech, which is physicalized weapon handling, and ship shield emitters. They have all been removed for now and then will be added later. So, thoughts, comments, opinions, crashing into a planet.
I love 3.16 already.
Don't forget 315, we've still got our our Redeemer.
Yes, I can't wait for that, but being able to actually sell the loot that I find now, that's going to be a huge thing.
Yeah, it's going to be big. There's a lot of good stuff on this patch. The stuff that was removed is obviously unfortunate, but that said, I kind of like where they're going with this patch. Look, obviously salvage not coming out in obviously 3.16, it sucks. Fine. But in exchange for getting salvage in 3.18, I think it is, we are now going to go through and get hand as well as ship salvage with the Drake Vulture, which I do own. So, you know, been a little bit selfish here, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them delaying it 6 months or so, and obviously we're getting the extra, more flushed out system. Any final thoughts and opinions before we wrap it up?
Oh, well, yes. Today they started playing Christmas music on the radio.
Right. What's that got to do with Star Citizen?
It doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It just is.
Okay, Ferrets is getting PTSD from Christmas music on things that we need to know for $100 at Jeopardy. Yeah, I'm lucky we haven't had Christmas music at our shop yet, but yeah. Alright, guys, apart from that, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Apart from that, guys, obviously if this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. Obviously links to Ferrets' details will be in the description below. Obviously I'm about to go live on Twitch and we're going to maybe do some bunker missions, depending if Ferrets can stay in the game long enough and not crash out.
Haha. They're funny.
Yeah, apart from that, we might have to get him a bucket of water and he can water cool his system. Apart from that, guys, let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Apart from that, guys, obviously this video has been helpful. Please smack that like button if you're new to the channel. Welcome and subscribe. As for 3.15, I'm playing the new patch right now. I'm loving it. They've just put out a hotfix for all the 30Ks and they've done that within minutes and it's absolutely amazing now. It's flawless. This is probably a live build. I would say it's definitely going to go live. Guys, apart from that, have a great night, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you in Twitch. And yeah, have a great night and enjoy. Want to say bye?
Not really, but bye.
Alright. He doesn't want to say bye, anybody.
I don't like saying bye.
He's an antisocial ferret.